something like that. I know you don't have any training. You don't have any training, and you shouldn't be telling people what kind of gun they need to be carrying. So I'll ask them, like, hey, are you carrying that gun right now? Well, no, I'm not carrying it right now because, you know, I don't think I only carry it when I think I need it. Like, I've never heard the worst advice in my life. People are taking advice from people that aren't even carrying guns every day, and they're taking advice from people that haven't had any training, like no training at all. Today's car talk video is take my advice or not. And so what's going on with the topic on this video is I have people all the time that have taken my classes. Now some people take some of my pistol classes, and after the class they will call and they will ask for, hey, what kind of gun was that I used again? And I'll tell them it was a Glock 19 9mm. And okay, so I think I'm gonna get that. What kind of holster should I get? Get a Kydex inside the waistband holster. Get it from NSR or Green Force Tactical, something like that. Galcos are okay, I guess. But if you want a holster with like a light on it, or maybe it's got a certain kind of red dot, you know, people are putting those on those these days, and you're gonna have to get a custom holster. Okay, you gotta get a custom holster maker to do that, and that's what those companies are. And also, guys that are making those holsters carry a gun all the time, and they're trained because they train at the same place I have. So that's why I recommend them. And then of course the build. Okay, tell them to, you know, get, you know, this kind of build. It needs to be a rigid gun build. It has to be a gun build. Walmart built or department store built will not work. And so those people take my advice and they get exactly what I tell them to do, or get. And that's good advice, because I don't think there's any trainer in the United States, or maybe anywhere in the world, that wouldn't recommend someone carrying a Glock 19 9mm pistol. Okay, so if you're saying that carrying that is wrong, then I guess you're telling the Navy SEALs they're wrong, because I think that's what they're carrying now. All right. So anyways, what drives me nuts, and personally I don't really care because I've already given people my advice, so whether or not they want to accept it or not, that's totally up to them. But like, I'll get done, well, part of our class, so I teach a class that encompasses mindset, tactics, skills, gear. These are the survivalship principles. So if you've read Colonel Cooper's Principles of Personal Defense, it mentions those things in there. So our class encompasses all those things. Okay, all those things in every single class. And so we talk about what kind of gear you need to have, and carrying a certain kind of pistol is a certain type of gear. Okay, and we choose the pistol not based on what our personal preference is. Okay, people may prefer to carry a little tiny 380 pocket pistol or something like that, but that's not always what's going to get the job done. Okay, and of course we need to carry a firearm that's large enough to get the job done, but small enough to conceal. And I think that's going to be somewhere between the Smith & Wesson Shield or Glock 43, Glock 43X type pistol up to like Glock 19 size pistol, or maybe for some of you bigger guys, Glock 17 or full-size service pistol, something like that. M&Ps are good. The 2.0 M&Ps, MP Compact 2.0, that's good. They're good. And a few others. So I'm not going to mention a whole list of things, but something like that is what you want. Okay. And so I have a list of firearms that are on my website, and it's in my presentation when we teach people pistol classes. I have a recommended list of pistols, so once they leave that class, they can make an educated choice about which pistol they should buy. Because when you go to a training class, you should leave there with knowledge that's not only going to help you in a violent encounter, but that is if you practice those things, but it should also give you a good idea of what to get after the class as far as the gear, such as the belt, the holster, the pistol, and stuff like that. And I swear that every once in a while, there's one person in that class, right after I got done saying these are the pistols you need to have on this list right here, and it's a very short list, by the way, then someone will ask me, well, what about a 1911 this, or what about a five-shot Chevy snubby revolver, or whatever, and just like, no, you know, like it wasn't on that list. So don't ask me like, well, what about this or what about that? If it wasn't on the list, that means it's a piece of fucking shit and don't get it. So anyways, however, and I also get this also sometimes, you get people, or I get people, they recognize me as a trainer all the time, and you know, they'll ask me, hey, you know, what do you think the best gun to carry is? And you know, I said, well, you know, you can't go wrong with a Glock 9mm. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's always that dude that buds into the conversation and says, oh, I carry, you know, a 5-shot Smith & Wesson snubby because they always work. It won't never jam. And, you know, some stuff like, well, you know, if you can't hit them with 5 shots, you can't hit them with 1. You know, all this cliche type stuff. And so for some reason, like, here I am about to tell somebody, okay, you know, that they should be carrying a Glock 19 or something like that, and then I have someone butt in that's telling some shit that's completely false. Okay, I know someone in 2021 that's carrying a 5-shot snubby revolver as their main carry, or some little pocket pistol as their main carry, or a damn 1911 if you're a young guy. I mean, if it's like a out of the box, just basic 1911, like some kind of Springfield mil-spec or something like that, I know you don't have any training. You don't have any training, and you shouldn't be telling people what kind of gun they need to be carrying. So I'll ask them, like, hey, are you carrying that gun right now? Well, no, I'm not carrying it right now, because, you know, I don't think I only carry it when I think I need it. Like, I've never heard the worst advice in my life. People are taking advice from people that aren't even carrying guns every day, and they're taking advice from people that haven't had any training, like no training at all. And I'm not talking about they took a concealed carry class somewhere. Unless you've taken our class or one that's very similar to it, or a high tier level training course with a handgun, you have not been trained. So y'all take my advice, take it or leave it. You'll also find that the advice of this professional trainer and many others, we all give more or less the same advice. Carry a Glock 19 size pistol, Kydex inside the waistband holster, a sturdy gun belt, and some training. carry a spare magazine, maybe have a pouch to put that in, get some medical equipment, have some lights, get yourself a Surefire light, okay, and get some training. So if you are interested in some quality training, small arms combatives, see you on the range. Over and out.